Hello, everybody. I'm not a Swiftie, so I might need the help of some of you Swifties below in going the level deeper in this message. The song Opalite came through for me while I was camping, and it was really the line, "You were dancing through the lightning strikes," which is pretty powerful when you think about what that could mean. I'm definitely getting the sense of a message for people that have been moving through a lot of disruptive, chaotic energy in their life, not feeling at peace. The actual chorus says, "It's all right, you were dancing through the lightning strikes, sleepless in the onyx night, but now the sky is opalite." Now, I went online to just try and have a look at what the meaning of those words might mean, and as with all things Taylor Swift, there is a whole bunch out there, including a dialogue that I don't particularly want to get into in this message. But what's coming through for me straight away is what I've just said. I just saw the storm card on this deck, which is why I picked it up. So dancing through what's been a really challenging time, but dancing through it, moving through it with surrender, with commitment to enjoying your life, despite what life is throwing all around you, despite what the world is throwing all around us, possibly a reminder to just keep moving, keep dancing, keep enjoying the moments and taking them for what they are. Sleepless in the Onyx Night, the interesting piece to me in the next two lines is the reference to crystals, onyx being a crystal of protection, but opalite being a man-made stone. And so a message here about you are protected through this moment, so keep dancing, keep moving. But now the sky is opalite, to me, is speaking to kind of magician energy. You can now create the world around you that you want to exist. It's not something that you need to wait to naturally form. You can actually now create it, because rather than opal, it's opalite. It is the man-made version. I'm interested to see what comes through around that, because that in itself could go two ways, but it's feeling much more like an empowering message of you can create it, rather than that being man-made, being something that's bad. But even as I want to say that, there's a caution piece there of it being you that creates it, not what the world around you creates. That feels important. Anyway, let's see. That's enough of introduction. Let's see what wants to come through from the Elemental Oracle deck. Thank you, Spirit Messages that are of the light, for the best and highest good of all. What do we need to know about dancing through the lightning strikes? As I said, if you've got any Taylor Swift Easter eggs or whatever she calls them, well, that's way too many. Please help me out below, because I'm not a Swiftie, and I think I could have spent the whole day just researching what people have interpreted this song to mean, including some concerning narrative around these particular lyrics as well. Anyway, atoms, building. Anything else, Spirit? What are you building? It's dark matter mystery. Interesting. Use the energy of the chaos around you. Actually, there's lightning on that too. Use the energy of the chaos around you to build what you want to exist within. Now, Spirit, 3 more shuffles. 1, 2, 3. Thank you. That was joy. Joy, top of the deck. Comfort, bottom of the deck. What's that card sticking out? Moon, darkness. There is some dark energy sitting in this. Okay, what I'm just going to say for right now is be very mindful in this moment of time where we are really truly stepping into our creator energy of being able to create the world around us, our experiences of the world around us. Be very mindful of your thoughts and what is influencing those. I'm seeing kind of like scales, but almost on a tipping point, where we're standing on this tipping point as individuals. What our thought goes into depends on which side of that tipping point we land on. And there is a lot of dark energy coming through in this reading that I wasn't expecting based on my initial interpretation of this reading, except for the opalite piece, where as soon as I tapped into that being man-made, that felt like either we create what we want or we let the darkness create around us. And if we're leaning into that energy, that's what we're going to experience. I'm going to show you this card. Are you dancing through the lightning strikes, or are you standing there letting it change you? Not in a good way. You are protected, but possibly with the Onyx message right now, I've got mine sitting. This has been sitting here for a few days. This is the can't remember if this is Onyx or totally lost on what the other stone is anyway, so irrelevant. This it's the stone I take with me if I need and feeling I'm going to need protection. It's been sitting on this deck, my Lightseer's Tarot, over her third eye for probably a week now, and I keep looking at it going, that's very interesting that I've placed that like that without intentional, but it's almost like protection of our third eye. And my third eye is buzzing as I say that. I keep coming on thinking I've got a light little reading to do. Be something easy to get up and share with people and encourage them through their days. There's just a lot of darkness at play right now, which is only because there's a lot of light around. I'll split to turning point. We are actually at the turning point. We've got to be careful not to be deceived. And spiritual attacks feels really big in that. I wasn't expecting this level of darkness that I'm feeling in this reading. Deception card keeps coming through. And this is why I pulled out this deck, Storm in a Teacup, because she actually has those words in this song. That's the Tower card, and that's kind of the energy I was getting in the Tower card. In many decks, you can see the lightning striking the tower. All right, Spirit, what do you want us to know? What is actually the message you want us to receive? Because, yeah, it's definitely bigger than I was realizing. What do you want us to know? Thank you. These cards are really stuck together. And as I was thinking about that, I was getting the message of we're a bit stuck in our ways. I get Eight of Swords, which is feeling like you're trapped in something when actually you're not. It's called blame in this. I've been thinking a lot around a post I wanted to put up this morning around one of the biggest lies. Well, the biggest lies we have been sold are the ways we're trapped in systems to make us want for more and actually feed into the system. But in some ways we're blamed for our inability to succeed in that system, because that's how the system works. If they can't make us want to keep trying harder, working harder, giving up our lives to feed into the system wouldn't exist. So they've got to make us feel bad about ourselves for what we have, for it never being enough. And by this is who I mean, power. King of Swords equivalent in this deck, but I'm taking the power piece. But we're waking up to this now. This is the Hanged Man card in this tarot, seeing things from a different perspective. And then we've got the Five of Cups, which is leaving us disappointed. Disappointed in ourselves for believing the lies, but also just disappointed of the time we've wasted pouring into things that were never really for us. Anything else on that, Spirit? There's something coming in. They're creating chaos. They're creating a crisis. They're creating a storm in a teacup. And the message is to keep dancing through the lightning strikes. Keep in your own energy. Don't let this shift you. That will trap you in the lower timeline. understanding and wisdom. That's your third eye piece. That's why this has been sitting here over the third eye. There's something about needing to protect your knowledge, your truth, your connection with the truth. Transitioning underneath that death and rebirth, moving into something completely new. But this has to come to an end. Wow. Sleepless in the Onyx night. They're creating a crisis. Can we have any more on this crisis, Spirit? It's going to be too many again. Yeah. 3 more shuffles of this deck and then I'll change decks. 1 more on this crisis, please, Spirit. 2, 3. Order. Man-made or natural order. That's why I was resisting the man-made piece so much. There's something about man-made order. It's not even the piece that I was just talking about. It's actually being created to try and disconnect us from natural order, from divine order, from the divine, from our intuition, from our creator selves, from our higher selves. And that's the tipping point we're sitting on right now. And that's why your thoughts and what you're tuning into, far out, this message is heavy, is so important. This waking up, it's a rainbow after the storm. But it's inverted. There's something about that too. This order is, I don't fully understand what I'm saying here. I've heard other people say some similar stuff, but there's something about the man-made order being the inverted aspect of the divine order. The inverted aspect of the divine order. It's almost like it has to be that way. It has to be that close, but like the mirror image, the reflection to... So now it's feeling like it's linking back into the message I've posted today, the day I'm recording this, about the reflection, the love that transcends space and time, which is a man-made order in itself. It needed to be that mirror image. Otherwise, it would have felt too incoherent with our inner truths. So to me, there's something about dancing through the lightning strikes is leaning into the energy of love. That is the way you find your way forward. This morning on Instagram, I shared a post that was a quote from Rumi that said, "If light is in your heart, you will find your way home." I didn't know why I shared that. It spoke to me this morning, but now I do. If light is in your heart, you will find your way home. If love is in your heart, you'll find your way home. If you follow what feels like love, that's your way back to divine order, to natural order, to escape. To escape. Mother Nature. Not to escape Mother Nature, to connect with Mother Nature. The mother of creation. And then I've got karma underneath. Anything else on this deck before I move on to a different deck? This is going to be a long one, I can see. 1, 2, 3. Thank you, Spirit. The message I posted this morning, again, was that love, it's on Instagram, love transcends, and probably YouTube. I haven't uploaded it to YouTube yet. Love that transcends space and time. And within that, I spoke about the fall of the current timeline. And because something about the fall of Atlantis, we've entered the transition point into the new Earth. This timeline is falling. This timeline is falling, and they are doing everything they can to keep us disconnected, throwing every crisis at us that they possibly can to build the brick walls, build our own resistance through fear. I speak to Mother Nature again. It's our time to reconnect. This energy is making me want to actually cry because it is so heavy. There is so much darkness at play right now on levels I didn't even realize till I tapped into this specific message, and I already knew there was a lot of darkness at play. I think it's a time where we need to be very, very, very careful with what we're giving our attention to. Even things that might feel harmless. Probably a bit under a year ago, I shared a message about Trojan horses online of videos dressed up as of the light or of harmless kind of things that were containing really heavy dark energy. That feels at play here. I think I'm just going to say including in the music we listen to. And we already know that from a frequency of how they now share music at 440 hertz instead of 432 hertz. Even that was intentional. But there is something about, and this is just one small layer of all of this darkness that's at play, there's something about the music and dark magic. And I'm probably going to stop. I would suggest that we disconnect as much as we can right now. Not from each other, not from nature, not from the things we're meant to be connecting to, but from our devices, from technology, from any way that an outside thing can influence your energy right now. We are protected, but I don't think most of us recognize the size or scale of the spiritual war that is at play right now. Even this, I didn't even catch it at first. Your energy is being harvested, and that is purely done by where you put your attention. Pull it back to yourself. All right, I'm going to go cleanse my own energy because this is yuck. This is not what I was expecting. It's really heavy. And I will be taking this with me today. I genuinely want to go back. Like, this has been a really heavy message. But leading up to the weekend, I was speaking about staying in the energy of your creator energy, of believing that you can create. You don't have to stay stuck in what I'm feeling right now. But I'm feeling that I'm sharing this message because a lot of you are. You're feeling heavy. You're feeling this darkness. You're feeling this heavy energy. You're feeling like all hope is being drained from you. Because it is intentionally. You don't have to be in this. I was not feeling this until I tuned into this message. And I've tuned in to share this message, obviously. But you can keep dancing through these lightning strikes. You can step into your creative energy. You can create, you are creating the world around you. So it's up to you what you want that to look like. It will be a reflection of where your energy is at. All right. Bye, everyone.